Wow, welcome back to Living in Moments of Obedience. Well, I really couldn't wait to share this first um, lesson, if you will. So I'm going to take two things out of my well and draw a couple of things out of my well. And my well is a wealth of experiences and lessons learned that I've created in the process of creating living in moments of obedience. So, if you know me a little bit or know me a while, you may have heard me say, just do the next thing. Just do the next thing. And so today I'm going to take two things out of the well that is going to give you the background to where that came from and why that has become increasingly more important to me even today. So I'm going to step back for a second. We are spirit beings, we live in a body, and we have a soul. So there's a spiritual world out there, a spiritual world that is talking to all of us. And for me, I went from that AM world to the FM world, if you will, back in May 10th, 1990. And at that point, I had accepted Jesus, and he said he'd never leave us or forsake us. So he had left the Holy Spirit here for those that have accepted him. So my constant companion is the Holy Spirit. But at that time, as a baby Christian, I was so tuned in to this new spiritual journey that I was on. And I became so conscious and acknowledged the Holy Spirit's presence and voice in my life. Okay? So, the first story I'm going to share is I was headed to work. I worked for Reuters down in Jersey City at the time, and I was living in a dream home, my dream home, on a lake in Westchester. And I was driving this 535 BMW, and I'm going across the GW Bridge, and it's a rainy day. And the windshield wipers are going, and then the windshield wipers start slowing down. I'm like, what's going on? This isn't good. You know, the car is driving fine, but the windshield wipers are dying. So that means something else is going on. So now, I'm not familiar with this area of Jersey at all, Fort Lee, all that. Not a clue. It was just something I passed on my way to work. So, Holy Spirit says, get off here. So I get off. Make a left. Make a left. And this was like spiritual GPS. Make a right. Make another right. Drive up in there. So now I've made this right. I've made this left. I've made this right. I'm not even looking. I'm just listening. I drive up into what seems to be an abandoned gas station. Looks like there used to be tanks there. There's a building. You know, I didn't even know what it was until I drove up in it. And I drove and I stopped. The car died, kaput. And then I look around and I says, oh, it's like used to be a gas station. It's not a gas station here. So I'm thinking, okay, why am I here? So then I look off to the left, and I see some people and some traffic. People are walking somewhere. I can't see where they're walking to or walking from, and they're coming out of it. So what's going over there? So I get out of the car. I walk, 10, 20 yards. I walk a bit, and then I look, and oh my goodness, there's an entrance to a foreign car auto mechanic shop. Now, let me say this. Back in those days, if you had a foreign car, you were looking for a foreign car shop. Nowadays, you can take any car anywhere to a good mechanic. But then, you had a foreign car, you were looking for a foreign car shop. I'm like, OMG. I was so excited. I remember I called a girlfriend of mine. She may be even watching this. And I was just celebrating what just had happened. And in that, it was about doing the next thing, just obediently doing the next thing. So, fast forward a couple of months later, I'm in my car coming home from work. I have a package on my chair in the car. You know, I'm in the seat in the car next to me. And I had something I needed to deliver to someone that day in Westchester. And so I'm on my way home, and I get off the highway, and Holy Spirit says, get gas. And I was low on gas. But I didn't really need gas. I really don't like buying gas. I hate stopping for gas. I still do. And so I said, I don't need gas. I don't need gas. What do I need gas for? So I went on home. So I got to my house, I pulled in the driveway, and I looked at the seat next to me, and there's the package. Ah! And so I said, why didn't you remind me to drop this package off? That's how spoiled I had gotten with this ongoing relationship, with this new relationship. I said, why didn't you remind me to drop this package off? He said, I would have had you have stopped to get the gas. I was like, whoa, okay, I got it. So later on in life, that's what eventually became just do the next thing. And I would have to say it became just do the next thing in recent years. In recent years, I kind of drew on that, those couple of moments. I drew on those as I remembered them. And it brought me to the just do the next thing. So, because that next thing, it doesn't require any resources. You don't need to have money to do it. You don't need to have anything. You already have what you need, actually, to do whatever that next thing is. And I would encourage you to do that within the next day, within the next 24 hours. Like, once again, this is not about long-term plans and big goals. This is about do the next thing. So, you have a wonderfully blessed day, and thank you for coming by, living in moments of obedience.